was formed. And we did that show for quite some time, actually. And we would just send it out there. It wasn't live. We would upload it, and then folks could consume it if they wanted to. And then finally, my commute just got to be overwhelming to go out to Bob's where all the equipment was. And so we called it a day and realized that we had big fans in, like, Japan. And a couple other fellas started up a show similar in Europe, somewhere in maybe the UK. And said, "You guys were our inspiration, man." It was like,
yep,
so,
Schnoog Radio.
Yeah.
We actually were live, though. We were on Live 365, and we were broadcasting live.
Yeah, but someone would have had, but there was never a set time and place, so no one knew we'll be there it wasn't a fixed time.
Right, like this obviously isn't. But but one of the first orders of business should be to create a fixed time or times to do this. Today is really a test because, as I was saying, I set up all these different things so that we do a show and then it just gets broadcast all over the place. So I wanted to do a test show today with Rob to test, connection and the audio and then also to see if all this actually works, if it actually does get sent to our Facebook page and all that. And once I see that works, then Rob and I will officially start soliciting for YouTube subscriptions and, like our Facebook page. Yeah, solicitating.
I don't know that that's a word.
Soliciting?
Well, yes, we will be soliciting.
There'll be a solicitationing atude. There will be solicitation.
Yeah, there is no solicitating.
Okay, sorry.
That's what you said. We'll be soliciting.
Fine.
Sorry.
Look, you're the master broadcaster. I'm the flunky.
Not only that, I obviously, didn't cut English class when you were out smoking cigarettes at the monkey bars. I was sitting in the front row. I was learning our language. And so when we had solicitating class, I realized that's not a word. And the teacher hit me when I called her out on it. Because I'm one of the 15 smartest people on the planet.
Right.
So yes, we will ask folks to join us. And I also need some equipment upgrades on my end as well.
Yeah, right now Rob is coming basically through a webcam, and I've got my whole studio and microphone and all that, so I'm at a technological advantage sound-wise, but once he gets the little microphone stuff, then we'll be... and
I'd like to have a better cam. This is a hand-me-down from you. I didn't even buy this webcam. This was one you didn't want.
Yeah.
I mean...
But it's doing the job. It's doing the job. And sometimes I think we might want to do the show via Google Hangout to have the video element. But right now,
I'll have to shower and shave then.
Yeah, that's right. Then there's all that primping we have to do. Got to get the makeup people. And
hygiene. There's a hygiene issue that's involved.
Hygiene.
Presentation issue. Speaking of which, I am very much looking forward to this coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday, Rob Scott is participating in some sort of a barbecue-y, cookie-offy, smoky thing, which he'll explain briefly here. And
first of all, I'm not participating; I'm competing.
Well, okay, that's what I meant.
Kansas City Barbecue Society, which is there's Memphis and there's Kansas City, and some feel that the KC BS is the Uber competition in the country, and I will be competing and just hoping not to embarrass myself. But my boss at work was kind enough to foot the bill for one heck of a big smoker.
Yeah. Yes. One of those stand-up, cabinet-looking things, right?
It is a cabinet smoker. It's called, those are vertical. There's horizontal smokers and vertical smokers. This one's a vertical smoker, and it's also gravity-fed. Which means, you put your fuel in a chimney and it just continues to feed the wood or the chip or the charcoal. And this particular model weighs 850 pounds.
Wowie.
And just to give folks an idea on the size, you can do 80 whole chickens in that cabinet at one time.
Oh, my God. That's freakish.
That's how big
80? Are you 80? Sure? 80 whole chickens?
Well, you have them. You split them down the spine and butterfly them out instead of the whole bird.
Oh, well, okay. So, sure.
But you can do 35 briskets or 40 briskets. You can do 65 or 70 racks of ribs at one time. It's a beast. I sent you a picture. But
yes, but it was being assembled, I think.
Right. It just doesn't do justice. It's just enormous. It's very expensive. It cost like $5,500.
Oh, my heavens.
it's just a rock star.
Well,
and then, not that folks care, but some folks, I guess, are cooking people who will listen to the show, our show, The Lounge.
well, I hope so. That's part of the requirement.
Yeah, there's an electronic apparatus that goes on there.
Is it makeshift or no?
It is makeshift. No, it's not. It's technologically sound,
Okay.
and there are two probes that come off this little unit.
Sounds
one
painful.
goes into one goes into the meat, one goes into the smoker box, and regulates the temperature.
Are
so
these
if
all
you
euphemisms?
open the door, what? But when we talk at the same time, I can't hear. There's a thing with the sound where I can't hear you and me almost at the same time.
I think that'll change when you get headset and stuff. But anyway.
But anyway, if you open the door, you set it at, let's say, 250, and you open the door and it drops down to 2.25, and you close the door, it sees that and it kicks a fan on and brings it immediately back up to temp within a minute.
Oh, my God.
I know. It's a totally different way. Remember the days of the green egg? You got to wake up and go look and throw more fuel. Those days are over.
Well, but you still haven't. The whole idea was that you guys were going to get this thing. You were going to do some testing, right? And because this is a competition, you want to know what you're bringing to the table. Have you been able to do any sort of a test?
No, because my cooking partner, my boss, got a new job.
Yeah, he did. That was really inconsiderate.
And so we called in a ringer. The guy who makes these smokers, who is a national champion, is going to come in and cook on our team.
No way.
So chances are we will win this damn thing, and what a hoot that will be.
That will be beyond hoot.
Yeah, the guy, I might as well tell folks, if they want to go online and look, Stump's Smokers, and Stump himself is coming to cook on our team. And we had him on the phone, my boss and I, Matt, had him on the phone on Friday, and we're talking with him, and I swear I was talking to Sling Blade. I swear to God, I like those taters. He talks like that, and he goes, if I'm coming up there, I want to, kick butt. I'm not going to fool around. I'm going to go see Dave, and Dave will get us some meat. And we're going, okay, go to Dave, just buy meat from Dave, and he's going to bring all the meat, and we'll pay him for it, obviously. And Stump is our ringer. Chances are we will kick butt in this competition, which will be a hoot. If we make the Kansas City Barbecue Society newsletter, we are going to laugh our butts off.
Probably.
It's the Dick Van Dyke Show, all in the family.
That's right. I just found a whole bank of sitcom laughter that is part of this. Part of the Spreaker. Okay.
He said Spreaker.
It is called Spreaker.
I know.
Sorry.
Spreaker.
Yeah.
You're supposed to hit the button when I say Spreaker.
I know, but okay.
Damn.
Whoa. Stop. Oh, I see what I did.
I see what I did there.
All right, enough of that. Okay,
Yes,
enough.
I'm done with my barbecue talk. I'm just looking forward to it. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Doyle will be visiting me this week, and he is arriving on the East Coast on the day of his birth.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I was just thinking about that yesterday. I don't think I've ever traveled on my birthday. I don't think I've ever been in a plane on my birthday. So I'm going to make a big...
Do you want to share the milestone? What number we will be celebrating?
49.
Staying in the 40s, but not much longer.
Yep. 40.
So you'll be officially middle-aged. You're middle-aged now, man. There's probably more in the rearview mirror than the windshield.
Nice.
It's true.
Whatevs.
There are a couple of middle-aged folks just like us. Middle means the middle of age, middle of life. Ethel, people don't live to be 150. That's you're about middle-aged now, bud.
All right.
Although I'm looking at you right now, no gray hair.
Oh, there's a little. There. It's,
oh, really?
It's sprinkled in amongst the whatever the other color is.
But you have hair. That's a good thing at this age.
I do have hair. Yes, I do.
As do I. I'm pretty happy I have hair.
Yep. So now that the audience is up to speed on our follicle count, Just a little bit of this is sort of the plans for the show. We're going to, once we get this going.
You have an agenda. You didn't tell me the show notes. I didn't realize. I just thought we were going to chit-chat.
Yeah, we are chit-chatting, but also I want to just talk about the show a little, only because we're going to be taking calls because we'll be using Skype. I was thinking you can get a Skype phone number, basically, and then people could actually call on their phones if they're not on Skype, so they could either Skype us directly. Oh, we need a Skype ID. Haven't done that yet. Of all the accounts I set up, I didn't think about Skype. But anyway, so we'll do that, and then they can just call in and Skype, and then we can take calls. Do you remember what it was we would call Oak or whatever and would patch it through the thing and but we couldn't take calls. But now, ladies and gentlemen, les and gemmen, we can take calls.
Wow, I hope Lynn calls. That would be great if Lynn would call.
I wonder, it's something like this. So I sent you the other day a recommendation to get on Pandora and get the Smothers Brothers channel going.
You did send me that, and I have yet to explore that.
Well, then we have nothing to talk about. Except, I will just say that, first of all, it's a delight to listen to the old Smothers Brothers stuff. But also, what's sprinkled in there is a lot of other, like Bill Cosby and that type, but Bob Newhart. So I'm hearing all this great Bob Newhart and just remembering, like, he's the one who started the whole. I think it might have gone something like this. I mean, the thing that people mimic and make fun of now. He was the one,
Right. The Grace L. Ferguson Airline and Storm Door Company is one of my favorites. Also, the Bus Driver School. When he does the Bus Driver School is so fantastically funny. It's just dumb how funny it is. And the fact that he did these monologues, I mean, how well written. A lot of times now your current comedians, not all, there's some really great ones obviously out there, but a lot of them go up there and just drop the F-bomb a million times and hope to elicit some laughter. And that old school, they wrote well. It's kind of like Bob and
Ray.
Yes.
Those guys.
Yeah, that's just fantastic writing.
I need to put them in Pandora and see what comes up. That would be awesome to have more of them in there.
They are very talented.
Wow, I just thought of something as a result of what you said, and it would have been mildly interesting to talk about, but it is 100% gone out of my brain right now. It had to do with Pandora. Oh, I know what I was going to say.
Hold it.
So there's a comedian named Mark Maron. Do you know who he is?
I've heard the name.
He does a podcast called WTF, and he does a lot of interviewing of comedians and things, and he is a comedian himself, and one of my favorites. Just watched his Thinky Pain video last night on Netflix for the second time. He just has he can be a little bit depressive or whatever, or angst, or I don't know. Anyway, I really, really like him. I think he's extremely talented.
Wouldn't it be depressing as opposed to he's depressive?
Okay, if you're going to continue to do this language police thing, I'm going to have a conversation with your manager. So last night I listened to one of the old podcasts, and it was from March of this year, and it was with Robin Williams.
Oh gosh!
And man, I'm telling you, there are a couple of times, like at 20 minutes and 37 minutes, where the conversation is so ridiculously poignant, and you just go, "Oh my God." It's because Mark Maron, he talks on a really personal level with people and that kind of stuff. It's not just about, so tell me about the show you did last, none of that. And yeah, I highly recommend people listen to it if they were a fan, and it just kind of gives you some insight into kind of where his brain was as recently as March. And they even talk about suicide. So it's really interesting. So just thought I'd, drop that lead whatever into our show, into the middle of the show.
That's a fucking church.
Here's the other thing I do need to tell you. Because today, so I set up a Spreaker account so that we could actually do this. But By the way,
I must say, now see, here's poop on me. I don't even know what Spreaker is.
It's the platform over which we are broadcasting right now.
I've heard of Spreaker, but I don't know what it is. What does it do? It's a website. You go there and do what?
It's both an app and a website, and it's a broadcasting console, basically. So it's basically a podcast creation service that propagates out to several other So we record it here, and it's set up to go ahead and upload to YouTube, and it creates actually a video of it based on the image that's associated with the show. It sends out to Facebook, it sends out to Tumblr, it sends out to all the stuff, and iTunes, so that everything